Hey guys, happy Thursday. I wanted to jump on here and I wanted to share a story that had happened to me over the last couple of days. And what it was I was researching another opportunity in finding ways to make passive income. And what it entailed was it was a way to post rental properties on Facebook Marketplace. And basically what you do is you upload the images of the property, you put in the property description, and then you put all of the identifiable information relating to the property, and then you upload it into Facebook on your personal Facebook Marketplace profile. So somebody had reached out to me through my DMs through Instagram. It was somebody that I had followed that I thought was a legitimate profile. I don't know if the person is a he or a she, but anyway, I don't think that really matters. But so basically, they had reached out to me and said, are you looking to find ways of making passive income? And of course, over the last few months, I've been kind of researching other opportunities to see what's out there, to kind of educate myself, to figure out, what the possibilities are, considering, digital marketing is completely shifting. But in the back of my mind, I'm also very cautious on some of the things that I do. But this one was definitely something I did not see coming. Wanted to share the chain of events that actually happened so that this does not happen to anybody else. So, as I mentioned, the first communication that I received was a message stating, are you looking to earn extra income? Would you be willing to post rental properties in Facebook Marketplace? Like, okay. Seems legitimate. My brother is an example of someone who actually uses Facebook Marketplace. I don't usually use it, but it's a way where you can post items, you could post vacation spots, you can post rentals. I see them all the time. You can post cars, all kinds of things, whatever, right? So I thought there was some sort of legitimacy behind it, right? So I proceeded to collect all the information that was sent over. And as soon as I uploaded the information, Facebook immediately flagged it as fraud. So once Facebook immediately flagged it as fraud, I reported back to the individual stating that this, obviously this isn't going to work for me. And that person proceeded to say, oh, I can go ahead and rectify the issue with Facebook. We run across this all the time. And I'm like, okay, what is it that you need? What do I need to do, etc. And he said, what he needs to do is he needs to upload something into my profile of my Facebook. So in the back of my mind, I know that I don't have Facebook and Instagram and my business accounts tied directly to my personal Facebook pages. So I wasn't overly concerned about the content that was in there. I have no payment methods filled out in there either. So nothing is in there. So I didn't think anything of it. So the first thing that I did was I changed the password to a different password. That's something that I don't normally use. So I said, okay, here's the password, because that's what they needed, which obviously that's a red flag. You don't hand over your passwords to anything. But this person knew the profile already, so you can pretty much get your profile. All you need is a password. I did have two-factor authentication turned on, so that there would be a notification that would be automatically sent to my phone, stating that a user was logged in or whatever. And I figured I would be able to kind of notice what was happening. So I continued to watch the profile, kind of check around, see what was going on. I didn't hear back for a while. It was a few hours. I was working, so I had things going on myself. So I went back in, I checked the profile, and it was a few hours. I said, are you done with it? Is there anything else that I could do to kind of help rectify it? I think my major concern was Facebook had flagged me as fraud, so I didn't want to come across as a scam artist. Obviously with the stuff that I have in Instagram and on the business side and also on my personal side. So that's something that, and plus I use it for work for my real job. So I didn't want to, I didn't want anything to be flagged in that regard. So after I had sent over that message, are you completed with the profile? Do you need anything else from me? There was a screenshot that was sent over to me, and they proceeded to say, is this you? The screenshot was my profile picture on Facebook, and it had like who you're related to and all that information that's under the profile. So of course I said, yep, thinking in the back of my mind, this is a total red flag. I just wanted to get in there and really change the password, right? And get these people out of there. So I took a look at the profile even closer. I went to the email section and I noticed that the email address had changed. So I didn't want to alarm anybody, and I didn't want any notifications to be sent out. So in order to change your password, an email would be sent, and the two-factor authentication that is turned on will also be identified, right? So I was trying to figure out a way to get around changing the email that was associated with the profile because I noticed that it was changed. So I sent over a message and I said, are you done with using the profile? If you weren't able to rectify the issue with Facebook, what I can do is I can go ahead and create another profile, and I can attempt to submit the rental properties that was originally intended for the request, right? So I wanted to hopefully satisfy that piece of it. And not for my own benefit, but to get this person off my back. So then the next part comes. This was where they continued to ask if I had Cash App. And I said no. I immediately said no. So then I really started to panic. I checked to see if I had Cash App, and I did have Cash App. And there was $50 loaded onto it that I had. I guess there was a balance on there from a while back that I didn't even realize. But anyway, so he said, send $20, purchase Bitcoin, send $20, and I will return the password for your Facebook. So the instructions were sent over on what I needed to do. And I went ahead and I was asked to send screenshots of exactly what I did. So I did that. And after I was done, I waited till the next morning. And I had said, is there any way you could send me the password? So then after that, I didn't get a response. So then I went back in and I started really searching through my security settings and all of that, looking into my Instagram, and realizing that the Meta Business that's linked to Facebook and Instagram, basically you need similar, it's a similar way to reset the password and reset everything, right? So I was already communicating with this person through Instagram. So that person had that information already. So at that point I was shaking. I was just really nervous, didn't know what to do. So the next statement was, send me $30 of Bitcoin, the same instructions, and I promise you to return your credentials or your Facebook profile. So after I had done the $30, I kind of waited for a response, but in the meantime, I was searching hectically online to try to figure out how to how to change my password, how to change those credentials immediately without sending a notification directly to that email that was on file, because I didn't want any red flags whatsoever. In the meantime, I started receiving, so in my Instagram, I think there's like 4 or 5 different profiles, and I started to get notifications saying that it's been logged out, right? So I've never done that, so I knew something was going on. So that person somehow was able to reset my Instagram profile, which then is connected to my other profiles that are set up through Instagram. So I immediately, I found a link on the website through Facebook, and what I was able to do was I was able to upload my driver's license through Facebook, and not through the app, not through my phone or anything like that. And they were able to immediately change the email address that was on file. From that moment, I went through and I checked to see all the devices that were logged in on every single profile that I had. And I did notice that there were several different devices logged in. I literally did one by one. I changed all the passwords immediately. I did it. I can't tell you how fast I changed these things. I think I did it in a matter of like 2 minutes, and there was probably 10 profiles. But one of the major things that I would strongly recommend is to make sure you have 2-factor authentication. I did enable a third-party app, and it's called Duo Mobile. It's something that I use for school, but I was able to add my social media accounts to that as well. So anytime I log in, I have to connect with the code that's sent to that particular app, and then I'm able to log in directly through that. I guess the biggest piece here, obviously, is just be very, very careful on who you're communicating with. The profile that I thought was real, there was pictures. It looked like it was an active profile. It didn't seem like it wasn't legitimate. I know there's some profiles that are out there where people, transpose names. They put a 1 after it, they put an underscore, or they just kind of change it some way so that it looks like somebody else. The other thing I did was I completely blocked everything from this person, reported it to Facebook. I haven't heard anything since. I checked all my accounts, making sure everything is good. The funny thing really is that I should have known better. There were tons of red flags, and I didn't. I basically fell for it. I am naive to some of this stuff, but it's a scary spot to be in, and I just don't want anyone else to fall for anything stupid like that. But in reality, you think it's legitimate, but just make sure you know who you're talking to on the other end. But if you have any questions, if you want to reach out to me, feel free to do so.